Hi everyone, this is Deb Tim, a Canadian girl. This is my Haps and Peacock 75-gallon community. Take a good look. Do you see anyone missing? Earlier this week I lost Mel, my albino red dragon blood. He had been severely attacked overnight. When I found him the next morning I was shocked. I put him in an isolation tank, but I wasn't sure how to treat him as I wasn't sure what was happening to him. As the day progressed, the wounds got bigger and deeper. He lived 3 days, clearly suffering, before he succumbed to death. I did what I could and treated him with what I thought would help, but I believe he was just too far gone to save. Meanwhile, in my Haps and Peacocks community, my strawberry dragon blood was showing similar symptoms. Now, he did not have injuries, but he had the same type of fuzzy infection, like a fungus. Well, he died within a couple days as well. After that, I lost another 4 cichlids. Today, my obligatan passed away, and my lemon jake is in isolation. As I searched and read everything I could find, I have pretty much decided it must be saprolegnia fungus. These spores are inhabitants of almost every freshwater aquarium. They simply float around in the water undetected until something comes along that they can attach themselves to germinate and grow. These usually include dead fish, uneaten food, and infertile eggs. This fungus usually only attacks decaying organic matter, not healthy living tissue that has an intact slime coat, creating a barrier for this type of infection. However, it will invade wounds and injuries sustained from fighting or aggressive behavior. Even rough netting can cause an injury that this fungus would attach itself to. Of course, stressed fish, whether from poor shipping practices, overcrowding, or any of the other causes that contribute to stressing fish, all contribute to lowering their immune system, making them much more susceptible to disease. Normally, this body fungus does not penetrate deeper than the superficial flesh, gills, lips, but the damage is enough that the fish will experience a severe loss of fluids and electrolytes. An untreated fish will die within days just from the destruction of tissue and loss of body fluids. Now that's exactly what I believe Mel died of. The fungi appears like small fuzzy patches, almost looking like lint or cotton fuzz. These spots slowly begin to grow as the fungus spreads. It can start around the fins, mouth, or where the slime coat has been damaged through aggression. It usually is white in color, although it can appear tan or greenish as well. When an outbreak occurs in your aquarium, it requires some detective work to find the cause. You need to eliminate possible sources of potential injuries, such as aggressive fish, sharp rocks, any possible cause of stress, such as overcrowding, and of course check your water parameters, making sure they're within the desired range. It could be as simple as improving your netting techniques. There is no way to rid your aquarium of these spores, as they are in the air and in the water and impossible to remove. Although this is not a contagious disease, it's essential to begin treatments on an affected fish immediately and in an isolation setup by removing them from the community. Fish that are consumed by large areas of this fungus are virtually impossible to treat successfully. Although there are many medications sold for the treatment of fungus, such as malachite green, I prefer using salt and avoiding medications if I can, but these two can be used together as an effective treatment. Fungi, like most plants, have no tolerance for salt. Saltwater fish will never get body fungus for that simple reason. So using 1 teaspoon of non-iodized rock salt for each gallon of water should be enough to effect a cure if it's caught early enough. Salt is beneficial in other aspects as well. It will slow down the body's loss of fluid from open lesions. It's always better to treat your infected fish in a separate container or isolation setup. You want to remove this fungus from your fish, not from your tank. This treatment should be continued for a few days after the last visible signs are gone. Body fungus is the most common to affect freshwater fish. Normally, this disease is preventable by simply doing regular water changes, testing your water parameters, knowing what they are, and making the changes if necessary, should you experience a spike of some sort. Through my research, everything I've read points to saprolegnia fungus to be what my fish have had. The only thing that makes no sense is that it's not contagious. So for the reason alone of it not being contagious, I believe my cichlids also have contracted a bacterial infection at the same time, which is highly contagious. For both of these serious diseases, salt seems to be the common denominator in getting rid of them. For the fungus, I can use malachite green with salt, and for the bacterial infection, it's suggested to add copper sulfate with salt to your water as a treatment. Through this experience, I have once again learned a lot and feel it's my duty as a member of this community to share what I've learned. I'm still dealing with the remnants of this disease, but I believe I'm almost through it. It's been a costly lesson and a heartbreaking lesson as well. I hope you all take to heart what I have shared here. It's something I wouldn't want any one of you to go through. This is something most aquarists will experience at some point. We all know this hobby has days of sickness and days where we will face fish loss. Knowing that doesn't make it any easier, as I'm sure every one of you can attest to. So until next time, this is Deb Tim signing out. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully the next time I talk to you, I'll have good news. Bye.